Welcome back to the Lair. I'm here with the basketball zen, the one and only. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. The
Make sure
basketball,
you sub up
the
to both of
the,
us.
the basketball content in there is insane. You might be a little sick from all that green in there, but you'll be all right.
Boy, you crazy, man. Boy, you crazy. Well, we both eliminated, so we both on the sidelines right now, man.
One, two, three,
Game,
Cancun.
right? 1, 2, 3, Cancun on three, man. But we got game three tonight. I wanted to hear, or I guess, see what you thought about the Heat's chances. A lot of people are trying to, I shouldn't say try to, but a lot of people are kind of going behind the Heat, thinking
Hmm.
that they can make this a much longer series.
Hmm.
I myself, I think you already know. I feel like this was shaped up to be either a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. That being in 5 games, which I think it's still poised to be. But what do you think are the Heat's chances? I guess at
So
making tonight's game competitive, and then just the series overall.
you already know I was one of the only people in our chat that said the Heat had a chance to take a game. I had Nuggets in five, and I'm gonna stick with my take. I love what I saw from the Heat game two, and I even think they had chances to take game one. There was some big momentum shifting threes that they missed. I just think Jokic is too much. Jokic is too much, and the Heat are too little. Jamal Murray took a while to get going last game. I don't think that will be happening again. Michael Porter Jr. was anemic with 5 points. That will not be happening again either. They never really got going as far as the other guys. You know the KCPs, the Bruce Browns. I think they're gonna punch Miami in the mouth today at the crib. Um, it's been a good series so far, though. Very entertaining, and I love me some Jimmy Butler. I just don't think the Heat have enough around him to be able to pull
Yeah,
this
and
off.
right now, ESPN has the matchup predictor at 67%.
Hmm.
Pretty damn cool. I definitely feel like Denver's gonna be favored. The chances tonight, I agree with you. I'm kind of leaning towards the gentleman sweep. I feel like Miami has played their role perfectly, but not enough seems to be the tone that I feel like everyone's kind of going with. We even see reports of Damian Lillard's name being mentioned with the Heat. But we're in the finals right now.
Well,
But yep, go right ahead.
in
Go right ahead.
in in Lillard's defense, he was asked a question. He was, just
Of
doing a
course,
regular
yeah.
interview, and someone asked him, straight up, "Hey, if you were to get traded this year, where will be your preferred destination?" And with no hesitation, he said Miami, because he said Miami first because Bam is a good friend of his. And then he said my old team, Brooklyn. Why would you want to go there? I guess him and McCalibre go back to. But I'm like, aren't you done struggling? And like, why would you want to go back to an average team? When Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant left the Nets, they were second in the East, one game behind the Boston Celtics to be number one in the East, and they fell all the way down to six. And there's no doubt in my mind, had the trade happened earlier, they might have missed the playoffs. Um,
Yeah, I mean, would you say Damien's like maybe being just a little bit more strategic, naming the team with cap space to
mm,
kind of,
he's
obviously create
definitely
negotiation?
he definitely gave the Trailblazers a little nudge, like, hey,
Exactly.
not
Yep.
saying trade me, but if you were thinking about it, if somehow, some way, Scoot Henderson fell into your lap and you wanted to go into full rebuild a little early, he wouldn't mind going to Miami.
Yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't mind. But I just think it's kind of funny. It kind of fits the narrative that we all seem to be
Oh,
going with.
I've been screaming, please send Lillard to Miami for.
Yeah, but not only that, but just sticking to the finals, like Miami just seems to be a little bit outmatched in this series. We
Hmm.
have players even asking, saying that they could help them, and the series is tied right now. But as it goes for the finals, I feel like there's a lot of Heat fans out there, maybe in the chat, in the comment section, that definitely feel like a lot of people are overlooking this series.
Hypothetically,
And
just
from,
go ahead, go
yep,
ahead.
go
No,
right
no,
ahead.
I was just thinking, it just dawned upon me. Hypothetically, let's say the Heat win the series, and Portland still goes into rebuild mode, draft Scoot, because somehow, some way, the Hornets went with Brandon Miller, And they do call Miami. If you're Pat Riley and Spoelstra, and you do you pull the trigger even after winning a championship? Like, what would you do?
After winning a championship, I don't know if you can pull the trigger, considering
Mm-hmm.
you would be winning it without Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero gets a ring, he gets to be a part of that. And then
Hmm.
at the same time, he comes back as like a defending champion. It kind of is a mood point, if you ask me. If I
Mm-hmm.
was the GM, I know Damian Lillard is definitely a supreme talent, but if your goal is to kind of build culture, and the culture that you built successfully without Damian Lillard gets you a championship, why in the world would you muddy that up with a guy like Damian and make it all, like let next year if the Heat win, it would be all about getting Damian Lillard a ring. And letting him down, I feel like, would kind of supersede the achievements everyone had as a team. That's kind of why I'm like, we'll see what happens with Miami. And that's not to say that they can't make the deal,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think from a schematic standpoint, it would make sense to just kind of stick with Tyler Hero, who has one championship ring. What do you think?
It's hard for me because you're the one who pointed it out to me. I forgot. Tyler Hero got injured game one, round one. You don't need him to get to the finals. You really don't.
You
And
don't?
if it'll just cost you Hero and some picks, if you're not gutting your roster too much,
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think the
why
way that
not?
I think that the way that you structure these deals, they're very friendly towards the team getting the superstar. And from what we have seen with
Oh,
Kevin Durant, all these other guys,
it
it's
won't be a bag
taking
of
more
chips.
than just it's
It
taking
won't be a
more
bag.
than just the vending machine being full to get these deals done. So I'm gonna say that it's gonna take more than just Tyler
They're
Hero.
gonna want Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, four
Yeah,
picks,
four
and
draft pick. Yeah, we already know what it takes, and
yeah.
I don't know if that's a smart deal for Miami. But if they were to lose this series, since you said if they were to win,
Hmm.
I think it's a smart move to add a guy like Dame.
Oh,
A lot of what
100%.
a lot of the reasons why we're doubting Miami is because of that lack of umph at the superstar position. No Tyler Hero and no Bam.
And I'm watching Jimmy go through these motions. And listen, Bam has been outstanding. I don't know if I said it on the record, but I definitely told the Zen. To me, if the finals ended right now and Miami won, Bam is the MVP, not Jimmy. Bam. Gabe Vincent's actually really close. Also, Gabe Vincent's been really good. Um, but I just feel like they don't have enough because there will be a game. There will be. This could even be tonight, where Jokic is gonna give you 25. Jamal Murray is gonna give you 25. Michael Porter is gonna give you 20, and Aaron Gordon is gonna give you 15 plus. The Heat will not be able to combat that. When that happens, which it will happen, it happened to my Suns multiple times. It happened to the Timberwolves. They will lose by a lot. They will. So I don't think they can match that intensity with what they have. Gabe Vincent, Jimmy, Bam, Caleb Martin has been a mouse this entire series. Like I thought he was gonna be get bad maybe just one game, but he has yet to show up. Um, Good to see Max Strus get into the fold, but to me a key to Max Strus's good game was that how bad he was and how quiet he was in the second half. He was the hero in the first half. Four threes right in the first half. Zero threes in the second. I
0
think
for
he had,
6.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
0 for 6 in the second
in the
half.
second half. Like a lot of people didn't notice. You know why? Because Duncan Robinson turned up in the second half, kind of filled that void. I just don't think with that kind of play you can win an NBA championship.
Yeah, especially when we're talking about teams like a team like Denver who has like that big time superstar,
Hmm.
it's gonna weigh on the series. And at some point, Jimmy Butler has to kind of realize that every night I kind of have to bring it
Hmm.
just to give some more looks to guys like Strus and Duncan Robinson. But 7 for 19 last game from Jimmy, and then in game one, only 13 points.
Hmm.
Pretty lackluster performance in the final so far for Jimmy Butler. But this series, honestly, it seems like it's shaping out to be the role players of Miami versus versus the Denver Nuggets because right now I'm a little bit skeptical in regards to Jimmy Butler, both games in the fourth quarter, the Miami Heat have outscored Denver by 10 or more points. And like we said, Jimmy Butler, he might pick it up in the fourth, but I feel like that second and third quarter in Miami,
Hmm.
you don't want to get the crowd out of the game in Miami because it could get really quiet
I,
quick.
I'll say this. They are going to need a 30-point performance out of Jimmy one of those home games. If it's not today, it'll be on Friday. They will need 30 points out of Jimmy or both home stands will be a loss. My
Yeah,
thing
and if
is
hmm
Aaron Gordon has been playing phenomenal defense all playoffs. I saw him bother Kevin Durant. He's done a great job. Bothered LeBron. Bothered LeBron James, switched up on Anthony Davis, did his thing. Jimmy's gonna have to figure something out because Devin Booker was cooking that defense. KD was cooking that. Like, it can be done. We watched LeBron drop 40 on him. It can be done. Jimmy's gonna have to show us he is a superstar, or is he?
well, I would like to say that he definitely is, but most of Miami's success, I alluded to it to you before. Eric Spoelstra needs to game plan,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, he needs to game plan to get these role players going because 2 games into the finals, like, are you waiting for Jimmy or are you just gonna rest your laurels on, we're gonna play zone and
The
we need some
culture.
Jimmy to get hot?
The culture is gonna save
Yeah,
them.
pretty much the culture, pretty much. But if I was to get a prediction out of you these next 2 games in Miami, I'm assuming you said you were going with your prediction in 5, so I'm assuming you think Denver gets both games.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand 10 toes on my take. Denver in 5.
Yeah, same here. We're headed to Miami. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Lair, anything to say? That was our take, man. I definitely am curious to see what the Heat do in tonight's game. I feel like if they were to get a win, this would be a big time upset. Any final thoughts, I guess, in regards
Um,
to this series so far?
if the Heat win tonight, if the Heat win tonight,
If they win tonight, Jesus
it's
Christ.
it's going 7. There's no way it's not going 7.
Yeah, if the Heat win tonight, it's gonna be bedlam because Jokic and Denver can win game 4, they can win
Hmm.
game 5 in
Hmm.
Denver, but
Hmm.
that game 6 in Miami, we all know.
Exactly.
I feel like Miami's gonna win that game,
Yeah,
and it's gonna go 7, and we're gonna be right back in
they're
Denver
gonna
for
be
game
right
7.
back here.
But we'll see what
Let's
happens.
enjoy the show.
Yeah, we'll enjoy the show. We'll catch you guys after the game. I'm pretty sure we'll come back with our reaction. But yeah, this is the Basketball Zen. To all the layers out there, what's up? Subscribe.
Hit that sub button. Have a good one.
Peace out.